Let me know if anyone, confirm that. Are you able to see it? Right? Are you able to see, right?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can
Okay.
see.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So myself, Saikran, and already joined someone like Saikran in my, this demo. That's fine. I'm having total like 12 plus years of IT and relevant to this particular CPI. Like I'm working like 7 to 8 years. It's almost and working different companies and that's brief about myself and I'm not only like SAP, I'm having overall experience also. It's related to integration only, especially for cloud. And yeah, so we can start now. So if anyone like you have given your introductions, that's fine. So like I can give one introduction before going to the integration suite. Okay, so this particular CPI will be coming as part of BTP. Okay, so SAP BTP, you would like to know few things about SAP BTP. Then SAP Integration Suite. SAP Integration Suite, we have different capabilities. The different capabilities is one of it only cloud integration. Apart from cloud integration, we have API management, event mesh, open connectors, and we have um, Tradent like sorry, event integration, and we have transport management system. So there are different capabilities are there. We can discuss one by one. So first of all, we would like to understand why integration, right? So previously, like earlier, before cloud integrations or integrations coming to the picture, we have point-to-point integrations. How it works? Suppose in any company, you can imagine we have multiple systems. Every system need to be talk each other. That is our main like goal to talk each other. Why? Because if someone joined the company, you can think like you joined one company the first day. What will happen? HR will update the things about you, like he will your first name, last name, what the phone number, everything he will update your like whatever the documents you have given. And later he created one email account for you, one employee ID, right? So with the things happen in success factor for SAP perspective, like SAP has their own software like cloud software, it is success factors. It will be managed by HRs. So after you enter the all details in success factor, like your employee ID and these things will be managed, right? So after these details needs to be sent other systems. Why I send other systems? Your okay, HR will have your information. He entered manually, that's fine. But later, all the systems also going, without communication, they need to send through emails or their own like communication system. So it is not integrated. So once he can update the details sending to the particular system like ERP or Salesforce or payroll, any system, these all systems need employee details. So once he will forward the details to different systems, those will be again do same process. They need to update manually or they need to be use some tools, that's fine. But even they are weighted for HR information. ERP system is weighted for HR information. Salesforce is weighted for ERP system. Payroll is weighted for success factor like updation, right? So these all dependent one after other, it is dependent. So here we can see multi applications. There are multiple applications, but there is no communication between them directly. Different systems for different departments. No communication. So it's everything is a manual work. There is a chance of duplicate data, right? Here the data, whatever the data we are storing, again we are storing ERP, again we are storing Salesforce, again we are storing payroll. So these all duplicate data, and it is depend on one application, depend on another application. So definitely there is a chance of delays. If someone is trying like sending, not sending the exact details, this learning management will be waited for this to send mandatory trainings. So after 1 week or 10 days, they will send mandatory trainings. Okay, you done mandatory trainings, then only will get access to particular systems. So it is dependency, it will clearly delays of 10 days or 1 month. So in companies, few companies you are seeing, right? Full access will come in 1 month. You still wait for 1 month to get access, then you start working. So it because of surely delays. So slow process impact business efficiency. Like 1 month you are waited only for the access, definitely it is there is a lapse in processing. that will happen because that will go with point to point communication. There is no integration between the systems or applications. So we need that particular integration between systems or applications. Then only we can do the process, automate and drive efficiently to connect the systems. So you understand, right, why integration is very much important. Disconnected systems create complex business challenges, right? So you understand why integration is important. Now we can go with actual business problems and solution without integration. This is concept of without integration. See, here business problem is employee created in success factors and HR updates the SAP success factor. Payroll updates manually once the data is coming. If email team updates manually, email team need to be have some information about employee to create email. So that will take time. Once the data is coming, it will be due. Security also same and learning team also same. Not only these systems, one employee join any company, they need to communicate with hundreds of applications. Service now important, security important, learning is important. Like there are initially 10 or 15 very important systems are there. Apart from these applications, the particular employee join, he needs to be added in different systems. So everything is manual. It will be time consuming. There is a chance of errors, duplicate work, waiting period. So there are a lot of problems with point to point communications. Point to point means each one like employee central. Suppose this is one system like previously, success factor will communicate service now. Success factor will communicate SAP. SAP communicates Salesforce. SAP ERP communicates security. SAP ERP. So these are one by one point to point. It is directly, there is no interconnection between the systems. That is the business problem. So from manual and disconnected to automated and integrated, that will be provided by the CPI. Why CPI is this much famous? Why these much openings are coming? Why people are eagerly waiting to learn CPI? Why companies are encouraging? Why all adoptions happen with the CPI? Why suddenly this market will grow up? There are a lot of things are there, right? Why these all happen? Because there are problems are there. Companies are correcting that. Now you can join any like well going automated like you can see, right, some companies digitally forwarded companies. Those companies you can see immediately 1 or 2 days you will get all the accesses. You need to ready to start your work. How it will happen? Because they are moving on digital communications, like advanced communications. Big organized MNCs will take little time since they need to think and implement all the things one by one. But startups or middle level organized immediately these things will be used and they are already upgraded their systems. So if you can join like one of the companies, you understand how it is business faster. Okay. So that is about integration. Integration will help us once employee created in success factor. All the success factors we already established a integration between different systems. We write it. We created iflows, integration flows. Once the data is created, automatically the data will be going to all the systems at a time. There is no duplication since we updated only in success factors. The other systems will capture same data, right? And there is no manual work. It's an automatic process. And there is no latency since whenever the information passes success factor by the particular day it will be triggered. If you can like that is upon the company like team will decide if you want daily once, every day it will the data is coming or daily 2 or 3 times 4 times. So if you can manage, so that is there is no latency, 24 hours maximum latency. If they only choose one day per like that run interface run will be happen only one day in a 24 hours, then only 24 hours latency. If you can configure like 4 times in a day, so 6 hours latency only. Whenever the employees joined, their details updated, it will be captured in 6 hours. So all the systems updated, so his work will be started. There is no latency, there is no dependency on other applications. Only success factor is, example I'm saying, like if you like people who are working on Ariba, they will update their invoice systems or their invoices, their orders, like any system that is about source system. Whatever the information passes to the source, it will be sending to different applications. Single source will sending to different applications. So there is no dependency, duplication, uh, errors, manual errors. No, everything automated and integrated. Okay, cloud integration, how it works, we define like how integration is, we understand now. So this concept is like SAP Integration Suite, right? What is this suite will give us? This particular SAP Integration Suite is part of SAP BTP. What is BTP? Business Technology Platform. Okay. The Business Technology Platform is a one particular platform from SAP side to manage all cloud related applications. It's not only for integrations. BTP, so many people I'm seeing like while I'm going with the interviews or I'm going to talk with the students or any other ways, people are talking about BTP integrations or BTP like cloud or something. They feel only integration is there in BTP. No, BTP is a platform where all related cloud belonging to SAP will be managed by BTP. It's a platform for all cloud related applications. Like SAP also have lot of cloud applications apart from integration suite. Like S4HANA cloud we have, like data and analytics will manage, automation will manage, application development will manage, and AI will manage by the BTP. So these are other pillars of BTP. The main pillars of BTP are four things. One is application development. The other one is automation. The other one is data and analytics. The other one is integration suite. Integration suite is one of the main pillars in BTP. But integration suite is only the thing is there in BTP. It is a wrong statement. It is one of the applications, one of the service. BTP has cloud application. All the services will be given by the rent. Like how Azure will be managed, how AWS is managing, how GCP is managing. They are all cloud providers like SAP also providing services. One of the service called SAP Integration Suite. Our job is learning SAP Integration Suite, not BTP. However, you can understand what is BTP, what are the things are there in BTP, what is the relation between Integration Suite and BTP. Apart from Integration Suite services, how we are working with BTP. Yeah, definitely we can go with BTP particular welcome page and home page. We can see how the picture is and what are the things we can manage from BTP. But right now your understanding is BTP is a one platform where all cloud related things from SAP will be managed by BTP. Integration Suite is one of the service and we are working on that particular service. Event mesh also part of integration suite. API management is part of integration suite. Open connectors is part of integration suite. Cloud connector is part of integration suite. Integration advisor is part of integration suite. Trading partner management is part of integration suite. There are different capabilities in integration suite. We can discuss. Right now what we discuss, why integration is required, what is the business problem without integration, and what is the solution with integration suite we discussed. We are discussing about BTP, how the BTP and SAP Integration Suite, the relation between these two we are discussing, right? So it's a one service. Integration Suite is one service. Here you can see Integration Suite is one service. We have cloud integration, API management, event mesh, integration advisor, open connectors, trading partner management. There are other capabilities we have. We can discuss. So with the integration suite, we can improve our operational efficiency, reduce integration cost, Why reduce integration cost? It's a cloud application. Whenever you want like increase your system like capabilities, you can increase. If you want to decrease, you can decrease. Whatever you used, you need to pay. If you like for on-premise systems, it's not like that, right? You need to first of all you need to invest something. Once you can increase it, you cannot reduce the capacities. It will be physical systems. You can't do anything. But cloud is cloud. Whenever we require, we can increase, we can decrease. Scalability will be available. So definitely there is a chance of reduced cost. So customer experience always better because we can access it from anywhere in the world. Just you need password and username and password. Like Gmail. Gmail you can access from anywhere, right? Like any cloud system is works like that. So why business growth with confidence? Why? Because whenever the relation between the integration, like integration is there with between the systems, the data will be processing very quickly. Business wants that is required, right? They want business what they are looking, they want data. They analyze the data. They want like with the analyze, they took the decisions. When they will take the decisions, it they need immediate information. They can take appropriate decisions. If the information is very late, what is the use to take the decisions? It's already done. They choose like they received losses. So we need to provide proper information to the business on time. Because of we are providing the information to the business on time, they will take a decisions to grow the business. So whatever you are working, you need to understand towards business. What is the business is going on? Any project you are working, any module you are working, any technology you are working, you are thinking towards business. What is the business? How myself helping to the business? How my role is working to the business? With my role, with my job, with my responsibilities, how it is helping to the business. So that is why you can think. Okay, your career will be go like accordingly. Don't only constrain yourself to the technology. Okay, think about business because business only give you the money. Whatever you are working any company, the coming money will be from business. If business grows well, your money, your package will grow. Otherwise, down. Okay. See here, this is the architecture of integration suite. What we discussed, there are different systems. Here I only mentioned few. Either source or destination systems are same, applications are same. Here SAP systems means it's on-premise systems. Cloud applications, database, files or SFTP, IoT device, on-premise application, anything you can take as a source, right? You are connected to SAP CPI, like cloud integration, like BTP. See here, BTP, Business Technology Platform. This is one cloud platform. One of the capability of BTP is integration suite. One of the service, one of the pillars. Apart from integration suite, there are a lot of services are there in BTP. The particular teams were working for their services. We are as a integration consultant, we only concentrate our service integration suite in BTP. Okay. So integration suite again, we have different capabilities. So first of all, source, what will be source? Any system it is source. Whatever the data is coming from, that is we can call source. Whatever the system we are sending the data, that is our target. So there is in between one centralized location in between source and destination, that is called integration suite. How we are connecting source to particular system? Using adapters. This is all connected through adapters. We can discuss in our classes about adapters. Okay. So how you are connected CPI to destinations? Again adapters. So adapters are very important to connect source and target systems. Okay. What we can do in between the system, like our integration suite, what we can do? In our integration suite, as I said, we have different capabilities. Cloud integration will manage end-to-end integration and process automation. Here, actually, we are doing whatever we are doing our work. Here, we are do transformations. We write Groovy scripting. We write rotors. We use multicasting. We do using store data stores for temporary, right? We have drag source like source system or target system like receiver and sender, and integration have flows, I flows. We can see in our class. I can open and show you. Okay. So this is 70 to 80% of work will be there in cloud integration. Remaining 20% will be there in API management. This event mesh not yet started many companies, but near soon, like couple of years, event mesh will grow big. Why I'm telling? But for event mesh, many people are asking about event mesh. But the people who are asking event mesh, they need to understand they are 100% confident about cloud integration and API management. They can choose event mesh. Event mesh is nothing writing anything. It won't do any transformations. It won't manage any security. It is one place, event mesh, one place. It will be configure producers and consumers. How it works, I will tell you in coming slides. But I'm saying if you are confident in CPI, if you are confident in API management, then you are all automatically consider your event mesh also. But there is no use without CPI and API. Event mesh, you can't work on it because whatever the systems are there, like behind the event mesh, that will be writing iFlows in CPI only. Security will manage using API only. Okay, so API management is for design, secure, and publish. Means suppose okay, I will cover. Okay, API management, you just remember. Okay, API management we can talk. Event mesh we can talk. So open connectors, it is pre-built connectors for faster integration. I can tell you. Okay, this is not much use any company. Like it is B2B, like business to business applications or systems connecting using integration advisor. So with the integration suite, end-to-end integration will happen, real-time event-driven architecture will happen, secure and compliance will happen, scalable and flexibility. So we can do, as I said, we can decrease our systems and intelligent. So AI-driven insights with the integration advisor. So one suite, infinite connections, intelligent integration, right? This is just about architecture, the sources and the destinations, sending data from source, managing all the requirements as per destination requirement. We are preparing data as per target system, as per destination, as per receivers requirement, and we are sending to the destinations. That is what business, right? Here we have different systems are there. Each system will manage one business. Suppose we are sending data to Active Directory. Active Directory jobs will be whatever the employee created. Suppose employee is coming to the Active Directory, they will manage all active like authorizations and authentications and authorizations they will manage, and they will manage app registrations. They will manage uh, individual authentications. So their job will be different. We don't require what the application works. We just want to concentrate how we are connecting the system. We are sending the information or data, whatever they required. That is our job. Understand, right? See, why SAP Integration Suite? Why SAP Integration Suite? Okay. We already discussed all the things, but again, I'm saying why integration suite is required. Unified platform. It
Hi, Saikiran. You there?
Sorry guys, internet has stopped. I'm sharing my screen again. Let me know once you are able to see it. Can anyone confirm? Okay, you are able to see, right? Okay. So where we lost? Here only? Guys?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So we are talking about integration suite, right? Okay. So here unified platform, all integration capabilities in one platform. Here means you can see uh, cloud integration is there, API management, event mesh, all capabilities in one particular place that is called integration suite. It's a unified platform. It will provide all the things, end-to-end integration. We can connect and process. If suppose the source data is different than receiver's data, so the fields are different. We can manage it using mappings and scripting and filtering, and there are different applications, there are different options to manage all the source data as per the target system requirements. We are not just sending source data to target. No, we are the team doing all the things like transformations as per requirement. We are not just in sending the data. No, that is wrong. Okay. So built-in security, we have public keys, private keys. We are using certificates, auth authentication, PGP keys, and basic authentication. Like we are using built-in security hues in CPI. We can talk about later. Okay, scalability, pay as you grow more, like subscriptions, right? It is a cloud application subscription model. So pay as you go model. Whenever the services are required, you can use it and pay it. If you don't want, you can like unsubscribe it. That is advantage with cloud, right? Faster and time to value. So we have lot of option like pre-built content, we have templates, we have accelerate our integrations faster. I can show you pre-built integrations. So AI driven insights and future ready integration technology we have, that also it is still in progress, but it is increased by BTP. AI technology is going very fast. So these all the capabilities, the productivity will be improved and operational cost definitely reduced. Data accuracy will be increased and business grows automatically whenever these all possibilities will go smooth. The business will be definitely growing. And we have who are working with like who are the customers for the business, they are very satisfied. So one suit All integrations will be managed. It's future ready and it will impact business very strong. Any business looking for exact data on time, that will give us like integration suite will give exact data in on time. So it will happen. So now we are talking about capabilities. See, we have how many capabilities we have? Cloud integration, API management, event mesh, open connectors, advisor, security governance, right? There are different capabilities. So all the capabilities not work by every company or every project. It depends upon their requirement. Suppose how you are like API management is there, cloud integration is there. For example, I'm saying, okay, what is the difference between CPI and API? Is it both are competitors? No. CPI and API management not competitors. API will manage by real time scenarios. Like if someone is saying, I want to, whenever the things are happen, immediately I want that particular information. So API management will do that. But CPI will go with batches. Like per day we are running 4 times or 5 times or 6 times. That will be depends upon requirement. So both are not like not competitors. It works one by one. Like how suppose we have API management will be managed by the endpoints. Suppose you want to access one particular application, you are accessing using their endpoint. You are trying to get the data. It will fetch it, right? So API management. What is the API management is? API means application programming interface. What application programming interface does? It's a server. A hotel, you are going to the hotel, the waiter will be there, right? The waiter, what he will do? He will come to you and take the order and he will go to the kitchen and place it order. So once it is prepared, he will bring the dishes and come to you and serving. This is the process, right? So API also same. Whatever the request coming from you, it will take and sending to the system B. And whatever the data you are looking, it will fetching from system B and sending back to you. That is API role. But how it is managing by APIs? That will be talking about API management. APIs is very simple. But suppose one waiter is there, 10 tables are there in the restaurant. Every 10 table, like each one is calling him waiter. What waiter's situation? He will go to which one? That will be talking about API management. APIs is fine, but API management, without API management, APIs will not good at all. So API management will be talking about how APIs works. So the design, secure, create, design, secure, publish, proxy. What is a proxy? We can discuss, right? And traffic policies. We can have threshold limits. So everything will be managed by API management. CPI. CPI another way of it. Suppose the system will connect to the CPI also. So sending that information from CPI also. API can to connect CPI and get the information and sending pass to the customers. So CPI and API will mesh and work, but not like competitors. CPI will be end-to-end process using integration and pre-built adapters and connectors, flows, mappings and transformations. So this is another system will manage all the transformations. API will mainly focus on secure. Both will combine like secure transformations will work on CPI and API. So both will be combined and work, not competitors. Many one confused here. So event mesh also like it is not competitor. Event mesh will work with CPI and API management. For security purpose, it is work with API management and the transformations it will be use cloud integration. So what is the difference between API and event mesh? Both working for like real time working only. But API management will be placing like searching always data is coming or not, data is coming or not. If data is coming, it will be fetched and sending to the consumers. That is will happen with API management. But event mesh not like that. Event mesh will be holding one particular like system and it will just wait. So sender itself, when the sender will be subscribed or sender will be producer, we can call sender or producer will send whenever the event is created, it's automatically coming to the event mesh. Event means employee created one event, employee information updated one event, sales order created one event, invoice generated one event. So whenever the events are generated, those systems will send event to event mesh. Event will mesh will be maintain the queues. Who are subscribers subscribe to event mesh, it will send to at a time to all the systems, all the consumers. It is waiting for consumers who subscribe to the particular event. The information will passing that will be managed by event mesh. So open connectors, what is open connectors? So we have multiple cloud systems. In daily our work as an integration consultant, we need to connect different systems, cloud systems. I'm talking only cloud systems, not on-premise. So we can use their any system you want to access. Like suppose I want to come to your house, right? So what is the requirement? You need to tell me, like you need to give one invitation, right? That invitation like uh, to enter to your house or you are going to the office, you need to swipe, right? So that is your authentication. That will be managed by API management. So API management will manage it, and open connectors, whatever, like if your any cloud application you want to access, you need particular applications, client ID and client secret. We can call it like username and password. That is our talking daily, like username and password. The official way we can call client ID and client secret. So any application you want to access, you need these two. And apart from that, you need to manage the security policies. You need to understand the structure. These will be manually doing each connection. It is very difficult. So open connectors provided by SAP, we have here wrong statement is 700 plus is, don't confuse. Here 700 plus is wrong statement. 170 plus pre-built connectors provided by SAP. Using 170, we can connect any system. We can do custom applications also, but already we have 170 plus pre-built application connects. So we just give client ID and client secret. Then we are able to connect the system directly. All will be managed by open connectors. We don't require to manage all the things and in our systems. It is very simple to connect using open connectors. I can show you that capability also. Okay. So there are different capabilities, key capabilities. We have end-to-end integrations, process automation, real-time insights, cloud native, all and global reach, and extendable and flexible. These are the capabilities. What the solve business real challenges? Here you can see manual and repetitive work will be reduced, lack of visibility and monitoring, it will be gone because monitoring is very strong session in cloud integrations. Very strong. We can discuss monitoring. Okay. Security and compliance and scalability performance. They are different. And the deliver to the business impact. Very fast, on time, data delivered. Low total cost. Better customer experience. Stronger security. Innovation will be huge. We implement whatever new things will be coming, we can implement. The question will come now in your mind, why CPI is in huge demand, right? Why means there are a lot of reasons. First and foremost, my perspective, it's a cloud application. In Azure, AWS or Google or SAP, the market goes like that. Every company wants to manage their services in cloud because they don't want like facing on-premise servers, managed servers, physical servers. They can take another engineers for manage them. No company wants that. Everyone is choosing cloud. Whatever they want, they can take service. If they don't want, they unsubscribe it. So it's a very easy, right? So every company wants cloud. That is primary coming from SAP. That is CPI's huge demand because of it's a cloud, right? Apart from that, all other services from SAP also going cloud. Success factor, one HCA is there in on-premise. Now it is a success factor HR modules will manage. Alongside Ariba is there and the Concur is there. And there are a lot of SAP applications now. HANA cloud is there. So it is all going towards cloud. So if the services, if the systems, if the applications are in the cloud, obviously cloud business will increase, right? Don't go like decrease. If the services are coming to the cloud, cloud business will increase. Automatically, the boom will CPI huge. And the other services close on 2027 December. PIPO, one of that. HCI. Yeah. Here one more point. Like HANA Cloud integration. Like HANA Cloud integration, like Neo. So here also we have in CPI also we have like in BTP we have created particular platform, right? That is called Neo environment earlier. That is managed by SAP. Neo environment, the backend database, everything managed by SAP. SAP Cloud. Okay, Neo. But every company now using Cloud Foundry. What is the difference between Cloud Foundry will work on multiple clouds, Azure, AWS, but Neo only works on SAP Cloud. So people wants to like Cloud Foundry. Everyone is migrating to Cloud Foundry. 80% in the systems now working in Cloud Foundry. It will work on Microsoft Cloud. It's work on AWS Cloud. So it's been very fortunate, very innovative thing Cloud Foundry. And Kubernetes also supported. Schema environment we have for supporting Kubernetes. Why you use Kubernetes? It's a separate topic. However, just saying, in your phone pay or Paytm or Google Pay, you are seeing each application has is different, right? Each palette or portlet we can say is a different. There is no dependency upon each one. If one service is down, the other service is not down, right? Because they are working on Kubernetes. It will be managed. Each one has separate systems, like separate places. So worker nodes are different for each one, right? So Kubernetes will be go in future. Right now, Cloud Foundry is going on, and it is one of the reasons Neo will be going and depreciated. Cloud integration also Neo depreciated. One more thing, HANA Cloud Platform Integration Services, and these all will be the closed. That is one more reason for huge women, right? And as per our point of view, the person who learned CPI, that is our part. See, if okay, the boom is going on, we can't learn all the courses, right? We can choose one course if one of the booming. That whatever we choose, we need to understand, is it easy? Easy to learn? We are able to survive if the technology is changed. So this all matters. CPI is a very easiest subject in current situation. The others competitors are there for booming. I'm not saying for integrations. I'm saying there are 10 technologies are there, huge market. One of it CPI, easiest one among 10 to learn, because we need to be learn easy. We can survive the company, which is the technology we choose that could be easy, because if you go with difficult one, you can't survive. Mostly you will get job, that's fine, but you can't survive if it is very difficult. But CPI is not like that. It's very easy to learn, easy to manage, it is easy to survive. That is also one of the reasons most of the people looking for that. And one more, the people who are working in SAP, different technology, not only for PIPO, like success factors, or many people reached out me. They are working different things. They want to learn CPI because the reason is easy to learn, and it is one of the technology related, as well as growing market. Next 10 years it will be grow more, since still 70 to 80 company 80% of companies who are working in SAP or managing their services in on-premise. Now they are planning to cloud. So you can estimate how much demand is coming in next 5 years. So people thinks they now everyone like using ChatGPT, right? They're asking ChatGPT. It will give you the accurate results. How the demand is going towards next 5 years. People realize, okay, it is going to be huge. So we will jump into the CPI. So like we are daily receiving calls for different people, different streams. And so here, as I said, very easy to learn these all things because of that market will grow like that. Digital transformation everywhere. SAP as for cloud adoption, software as a service exploration, real-time and event-driven integrations, strong push and roadmaps, and skill demand. The gap is with the supply. Whatever the demand is there, that much of people are not there. That is also one of the reasons. Demand huge, supply is very less. It's an economics. If you can understand, you are going to learn CPI. Yeah. Now we are coming to one of the capabilities in integration suite, cloud integration. What we can do in cloud integrations. What we can do in cloud integrations. So cloud integration exactly we can do connect systems, transform data and deliver seamless integrations like source system. Data comes from the source system using adapters receives the data from source to CPI. This is integration flow, I flow. Many people are talking about I flow, right? That is called integration flow. Here we can use routers, filters, transformations, message mappings, XSLT mapping, Groovy script. Whatever the palettes we have, we can use it. Why we can use all the things? Because the requirement. What we can use here that will tells us by requirement. As per the requirement, we can use the palettes. Use it and send the information to target adapters, send the data to target system. This is the structure of cloud integration. If interviews people will ask, explain how the data is coming, how the data is going. You can write it or describe like this way. So now interviews are not like only theory. It will be very difficult now to manage with the real time because a lot of people are changing their technology, right? So interviewers thinking same. If you are saying like 4 years experience, they feel they need to test your skills. So they are asking real time scenarios. So you need to explain because here Groovy scripting is only one to write something. Scripting that we will cover. That's okay. From basic to advanced, cover in my classes. That's fine. But apart from Groovy, you need to impress interviewer, right? How you are impressing? When you are talking, when you are explaining, they feel, oh, this guy is working on this. He feel it. So you need to tell like as per the process. That process is important. Theory will you will get like help.sap.com you can open. You will get all the theory. That's not matter. The difference between different classes, like different people are talking about CPI and my, is the real time process. How we can show real time, we will not get anywhere. We can create daily one iFlow in our classes. So suppose 45 days our class we can consider at the moment. So 45 iFlows you are working. If interviews we are facing, so he will ask something you can tell or not. Definitely you can tell because it's your 45 days iFlows experience. How many iFlows you worked in your career? They will ask. What is your answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you can say I can work on 100 plus integrations. That's your confidence. So he will like okay, this guy have a lot of experience. That is what we need to provide confidence to the interviewer. You are saying like 10, 5, 15. It will be like Not correct. The confidence will not come to the interviewer, and your rejected will be happen. So you need to express your confidence towards your answers. Okay, integration suite. This is a architecture. This is for any integration. This is the same structure. And connect, transform, validate, route, monitor, extend. So you connect the systems, you do transformations, you need to validate it is correct or not before sending to the vendor or target system. Then you can use routers. We can get the system like source data using router. We can send that to the 10 receivers, 10 systems at a time using conditions. Whatever the condition we place, accordingly the router will work. It will go different systems at a time. And monitor, we can, if any issues are coming, we can manage with the monitors. So it's a secure, real-time, and scalable, cloud native, and reliable, extensible. Everything will be going towards increase your career. API management. Here I can talk about proxy. Earlier I didn't say, right? See what actually API management does. Here you can see API consumers. Here, okay, here only API consumers. Here we have created API endpoints. Suppose API request is coming from consumers, any of consumers like mobile app or web app, anyone, that's fine. They are trying to get some data behind API management. I can say here one more system is there, that is CPI only. I'm saying CPI and CPI connected to one more system. Example I'm saying. So CPI is connected to Salesforce, some example. So this particular consumer wants Salesforce details. Why Salesforce are working? Customer relationship management, right? So CRM system, it's Salesforce application belonging. So the information is there with Salesforce. Salesforce connected to cloud integration, and cloud integration connected to API. API will connected to API consumers. API consumer have only one endpoint. Using that endpoint, he will request the data. API management will pass that request to CPI. CPI will get the required information from Salesforce. That is pattern. But what is API management does here is the original URL is CPI. CPI URL connecting to Salesforce is original URL. That will be managed by APM. APM will be creating one proxy endpoint towards original URL and sending proxy URL to, like, expose proxy URL to the customers. So customers are trying to access proxy URL. Whenever the customer sending proxy URL, accessing through proxy URL, it will use authentication and authorizations and security checks, traffic management, everything will complete. It all will be passed. Then original URL will be like using proxy, it will get original URL and it will fetch the information and sending towards consumers with the proxy URL. Again, the data is. So what is the advantage with proxy URL? The original URL don't expose to the internet. So there is no chance of hacking or compromise. There is no chance because it won't expose to the internet original URL. Only proxy will be exposed. With the proxy, no one can do nothing. Only they can able to request the data. If it is everything authorization and authentication completed, then it will fetch original URL to get the information. That original URL don't know the consumers. They know only proxy. So here API management will manage, secure, control access, authentication, analyze. So traffic management, policies, lot of things are there in API management. We can discuss end to end with API management also alongside CPI. Okay. So event mesh, as I said, mesh is one place, centralized place where we have producers and consumers. The producers will create events. Event mesh will get the events and consumers will get those events to their systems. Here success factor S4HANA, IoT device, custom applications, there are different product producers. Suppose we can take only one producer at the moment success factor. Okay. So whenever employee created that event published to topics and delivered subscribers, right? So whenever the event created, it will getting to event mesh. It will be waiting here. The event is waiting here. Who are subscribed? Particular employee created event like payroll system, learning, active directory, event. So who are subscribed for the event? Whatever the events are coming from success factor, who subscribed by the consumers, they will automatically get the events. Right? There is no manual interruption here. Manual process, nothing. It's automatic everything. Right? So we need to manage all security things here. Consumers while do subscription, here will happen. Subscribe. Producers, here will happen. So SAP here order sales order created. It will fetch by S4 HANA or any like analytics and report. So sales order is not related to learning management, right? Not required. So it won't subscribe to particular events. Whatever the consumer subscribe to the events, those events will be passing to the particular consumers, not all the events. Here, each application send the events, but not required all the events to all the consumers. So that will happen here. So because of that, here the main event mesh will be work on loose coupling. Systems work independently without tight dependencies. Without tight dependencies, that is called loose coupling. Okay, this is about event mesh. We will cover basic things in event mesh, but not advanced related things since it will be huge subject again. And we only concentrate CPI and API management well, and then we can introduce event mesh. If the people who are interested to learn more, they will choose another course for event mesh. So in our classes, we can cover almost 6 projects, 6 real-time projects we cover. After our course completed, 6 classes we can take for projects. One is employee onboarding system. One is order to cash integration. One is bank statement processing. One is learning completion integration using APIs. These 3 will be CPI, and this will be happen with API real time. Okay, this vendor data integration also will happen, and this one will be event mesh. One simple event mesh, real time event notifications, how it will sending to the systems we can manage. So 6 projects we will cover it. So these projects are very important while you are explaining to the interviewer about CPI or API management or event mesh. So you will be performing all these projects. You are like 6 integrations you've done before joining any company. This experience help you to manage your job very well. See, this is our roadmap. Here, 60 days roadmap we have started BTP like integration suite overviews and all. Then fundamentals of pipe flow, adapters, message processing, message monitoring, everything. Then we can go with the development of message mapping, content modifier, XSLT, Groovy. So a lot of things, security, OAuth, certificate, PGP encryptions, and API management, later event mesh and open connectors. These will all cover one by one. This is our structured plan. It will cover accordingly. So what you will become? There are different roles in CPI, like integration. So mostly you will be like not architect level, you will be like consultant. Who are joining new to the CPI, they will be like consultant. So you will be like consultant, and your job will be do integrations. So because these are the different features for our course, comprehensive curriculum we have already showed, and instructions will be like very like every day we are going with theory and practical. Both will manage 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay. Mostly theory will be very less, only practical will be more. So we will, after the course, like the things will be very familiar, like, right, how you need to support, we will do that. Like interview questions, or you want like resume preparations, like this will be happen. Our team will be there, they will handle all the things. So before going to thank you, I can show you introduction pages. Give me 1 minute. So we can call like BTP cockpit. Here we need to sign up for 90 days free period will get once you sign up. So here you can do the practice. Daily, whatever we discussed in the classes, you will get practice in particular free trial. You don't purchase anything. So this is 90 days. The service integration service only get 30 days. 30 days is enough. We can create another 30 days after 30 days is completed. That's fine. So no need to bother about amount for this particular services. So this is welcome page of BTP. You can see still 40 days is there for me for this account. So it is trial account will be deleted 70 days from now. It is saying 90 days is, you can read it. Extend automatically until 90-day trial period is finished. So after 90 days, 70 days will be there for our account, right? So there are different options we can discuss BTP introduction class, all the things. This is one free trial account for us. I created in Azure. Cloud Foundry will support Azure and AWS. I created Azure. For the free trial account, we only choose any one of the like Azure or AWS. I choose AWS as by Azure. Multi-environment is and subscriptions, right? See, here one subscription is called Integration Suite. Subscribed. One subscription. It is only one subscription that will open. Okay. So apart from that, what are the services are there in BTP? This is service marketplace. You can find these all the services there in BTP. These all we can learn. No, we only learn integration. That is one of the service in BTP. These all not required for us, right? So this is the integration suite. So these all capabilities we have, what we discussed, you can see it here. Here you can see all the 8 capabilities we have. This is about open connectors. Okay, it is directly redirecting here. I just show you and come back to the integration. For open connectors, it is connecting different SaaS applications, software as service applications. Using this particular 170 plus pre-built integrations we have, open connectors. This page will open and here we can establish connections. See, here, these are all different applications. We directly communicate with integration suite. Pre-built. This workday is important. Like we have different applications we can connect. Okay. So instances we can discuss in our classes. Open connectors is very good concept. Okay. Apart from there are different capabilities. And for API management, we need to enable from here. I have enabled already. So this is like classic API management and I enable. Once it is enabled, we can see configurations and APIs. Here you can see API provider, proxy, what we discussed. Proxy will have proxy endpoints. Provider will have original endpoints, certificates, policies. We discussed a lot of things in API. And the one integration will happen here, cloud integration. Before that, I can show you Discover. Here there are pre-built applications, 700 plus pre-built applications using integration. Here you can find out. These you will be like taking reference, not copy it. In your real time, just take reference. Okay, so I open one for your success factors to service. Not all will be understandable for So this is SAP SuccessFactors integration with ServiceNow. One of the interface it is. Here you can see the iFlows. There are two things. One is value mapping, that is okay. This is the one we need. Integration flow, iFlow. Okay. This you will take like a reference. When you have same requirement is coming to connect, you can take it as a reference and you can change to business requirement. Don't copy it. If you can copy the versions will be changed. So it will not good. So how we are connecting success factor and getting the data. If the records are found, it will go like this. If records, no records, it will be closed. Here timer will tell you when it will run, when scheduler will run. Once, schedule on daily, schedule on recurrence. So still it's old showing. It's already upgraded. Okay. So there are we have 700, 780 plus there. We can choose it. So this is where we can create our own custom packages. Like create option we have and use the option we can create it. I created these many integrations. Suppose for this, I'm taking one of the integration. Okay, employee integration. I can choose one of the package. Each package has called like a one interface. What is the interface? From the source to target whatever we are using particular systems, that is called whole process is called interface. So for this employee integration is one package name, that is also integrate like interface. Here we created three artifacts like integration flows. I can go with one integration flow. Okay, here what I did, I'm getting data from Postman, like his TPS I used adapter, and here I'm adding one company name and using here router. Why I use router? The data is coming employee data. The people, the employees who are regular, they will go to regular employee and sending to this system. Who are contract, they will go to this particular system and they are going this target system. So two target systems. We are like condition applies in router. If employee is belonging to regular, the data will go this way, and if not, go this way. So how you can configure, how it will work, everything we can discuss later. So here contract and regular, I am placing one condition here for moving accordingly. It's a default one, first one. So no condition is required. This is a default one, contract. You can see small one like line that is for default. Okay. So this is one sample one for you. So monitoring section, as I said, right, it is very important. You can see all monitoring things here. Monitoring section, you can see all. So manage security will manage all these things for security purpose. So logs we have like these are system logs and logs and data stores, variables, queues, right? All we can discuss. So anyone have any questions? Almost 1 hour 20 minutes we discussed. I'm trying to explain you what is BTP, what is integration suite, what is cloud integration, API management, event mesh, open connector. So different topics we discussed till the time. Anyone have any doubts, concerns, questions, anything?
Yeah, hi, Sai.
Yeah.
Uh,
Your name
uh,
and tell me your question. Yeah.
Mahesh.
Okay, Mahesh. Okay.
Is in case we learn SAP CPI, any other platforms also we need to know for this integration point of view?
No, not required.
It should be only for CPI only.
Correct. Because there is no dependency to learn CPI for any other systems.
Is there any impact on AI tools? No, right? It should not impact anything, right? For what happened in my system in Salesforce. We are
Mm-hmm.
implemented. We are using a lot of AI tools for the integrate for developing and deployment part of view.
Mm-hmm.
So that may using a lot of job uh, layoffs happen. So that's why there is an impact on the specific.
I don't think so because still SAP is not much AI related things happen in whole. I'm saying whole SAP side
Okay,
still
okay.
still not at that much of fast like Azure and AWS and other cloud systems. So it's been there are a lot of time will happen to implement much AI things, but manual efforts will be needed anytime. That won't stop like AI will won't stop manual efforts.
Yeah. And in that, as you mentioned, there is AI-powered generated reports. It should be only taken for report point of view only, right? There should be internal SAP AI, right?
Oh, okay. That is I'm talking about in BTP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, BTPs have like they are trying to implement some AI related things in BTP, especially for data concern, but still that is not like 100%. That is about data and analytics part, not integration.
It is a what type of like in case we learn in SAP, right? In that, what type of projects will come like in the support projects? It should be already covered in that project real-time projects, right? In that education system, onboarding
Hmm,
process, employee
hmm,
thing.
hmm,
It should be
hmm.
covered all the scenarios, all the use cases, right?
All the
Use cases. Like in real
yeah,
time, we are dealing with how the data will come,
correct.
in case there is a new project is came, what are
Hmm,
the questions we need to ask that project team
hmm,
and who
correct,
will provide what the details, everything should be covered itself.
correct. Don't worry about those things. I mean, when the new project are coming, definitely, first of all, you need to think about what is the business they have,
Yeah.
what the performance they are doing, like what the data they are asking is how related to their business. So accordingly, you can think, you can raise your questions yourself. But I can give you the how you are thinking and how we need to understand the business and questions.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Is anyone have any questions?
For me, it's clear. Everything is fine.
Okay, good. Thank you. And others, if no one have questions, I will be conclude.
And no questions from my end.
Okay. So guys, I mean, this batch will go from Monday, like 8 a.m. to 9, sorry, morning 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. If you would like to join, please let us know in the group if you are there in the group, right? So, or you can reach out me. So that is fine. So we can discuss and close the things very fast. If you can reach out today or
Okay.
tomorrow, and we will give some discount also, and that will be benefited to you as well. So think and come at earliest because starting from the basic onwards, you need to be there in the part. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand. So think and take a decision by end of tomorrow and reach out us for if you want to continue. That will go bigger. Okay.
Sure,
Thank you
sure.
guys for